Hello and welcome to Mrs. Achari's Kindergarten Cabin for our Tuesday word study lesson. So yesterday what we did for word study was we made a vowel chart because we're working on some spelling strategies, and something that I've always noticed with kindergartners is when they're learning to spell, sometimes the vowels can be a little bit tricky for them. So today we're going to be using that vowel chart. And you'll also need something to write on because I am going to have you help me spell some words today that I'm going to be needing help with in my writing. So if you could please get out something, a piece of paper and a pencil or a whiteboard, whatever works for you, okay? And so today's lesson is going to be using a strategy that we've learned already to help us spell words in our writing. And this strategy focuses on the vowels in our writing, okay? I'm also going to show you how you can think of the sound boxes that we used last week to also help you spell. So it's like you're putting all this stuff together in your brain and making it so that you can spell words correctly. So we're going to start out with a funny, silly activity first. I wrote some sentences here that have some bloopers. And bloopers are words that are not spelled right, and it makes the sentence sound so funny. You're listening to it and thinking, what does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to read the first sentence to you, and I want you to be thinking about which words have a vowel that makes the word not sound right. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read the first one. Move this. It says, I got the cat from the pit store. I got the cat from the pit store? What does that mean? Oh no, I wanted it to say, I got the cat from the pet store, but some of my vowels are not correct. So let's think. If I wanted to just say I got, this is something that happens sometimes. Sometimes we get U and O mixed up when we're spelling words. So we really need to think about the word got. I wrote, I got the cat from the pit store. Okay, so we're going to try a strategy that goes like this. We're going to say the first sound in the word, then we're going to make a big mountain when we say the vowel, and then we're going to come back down and say the last sound in the word. Okay, so if I'm spelling got, I'm really going to be thinking about that vowel in the middle, because right now I have gut. That's not how we spell got. Okay, so ready? G. Ought. Okay, so did you see my mouth? It was really wide, like when you go to the dentist. G. Ought. What vowel did we say you open your mouth like that when you go to the dentist? Good job. That is the vowel O. Ah. G. Ought. Okay, so we're going to fix that. We're going to run our finger under it. G. Ought. I got the cat. Ugh, cat. It's not a cat. It's a cat. Okay, so when I said that word and I spelled it, for some reason I was hearing instead of ah. Let's say the word cat and let's really think about that vowel. Ready? K. At. K. At. Okay, that's another word where you look like you're screaming. Ah! And that is the vowel A, like in apple. So we are going to go ahead and fix that. It's not a ket, it is a cat. Let's go back and reread. I got the cat from the pit store. Ooh, this happens a lot though. Instead of hearing the like in pet, sometimes writers will hear an I and the sound that goes with I, and then the word doesn't sound right. So let's think about it. Good. When we think about that sound, remember how I told you your mouth opens like this? Elephant. Okay, so that is the letter E, like an egg. So it's the et store. I got the cat from the pet store. Not from the pit store, okay? Now the sentence makes sense. Those bloopers are funny. Okay, let's take a look at the next sentence. It says, playing with the cat is fun. Playing with the cat is fun? What does that mean? Okay, well, I'm thinking I need to fix some vowels because I really wanted this sentence to say playing with the cat is fun. Not playing with the cat is fun. So let's go back to playing with the, okay, so it's not a cat. We already did it up here. Sometimes we don't hear the right vowel sound, and we know in the word cat, it's cat, at. Good. Okay, so playing with the cat is fun. When I spelled that, I heard but when we say the word fun, it's okay, so fun. Okay, so it's not an O that we hear. Which vowel makes this sound Good, it's U, like an umbrella. Okay, so playing with the cat is fun. Playing with the cat is fun. Okay, that sounds much better now. That sounds right. Okay, silly Mrs. Achari, I need to listen to those vowels and really make sure that I'm listening for the sound and also thinking about what my mouth does when I say the sounds. Okay, so fun. When I say fun, I'm not saying on. Okay, so think about what your mouth does. All right, so I was hoping you guys could help me with a page of my writing. I'm writing this book all about sloths. Been doing a fabulous job of getting it done. I've been writing, and I've come to a couple of words and I'm just not quite sure how to spell them because I'm not sure of the vowel. So I was hoping that you would help me with this page and help me spell some words. Do you think you could do that? Okay, so you're gonna need your vowel chart, and you're also going to need maybe your sound boxes if you want them, and then just your hand so we can do our really listen for our vowel and put it up in the air really high, okay? All right, so my book is, as I told you, about sloths. And on this page, I started writing my sentence, but there's a couple of words that I'm not really quite sure about. So I was hoping that you could help me. So the page goes like this. Sloths have shaggy fur and long arms. Their eyes look sad and they are so slow. So I'm hoping that you can help me spell long, and I'm hoping that you can help me spell sad. Do you think you could do that? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is think about our sound boxes. Let's say the word long and think about how many sounds that it has. Okay, you can get your sound boxes out, or when you get really good about sound boxes, you can sometimes just visualize them in your head and you're going, okay, so we have g. G. Okay, so there's 4 sounds in that word, right? Okay, so now let's try our other strategy where we're going to really listen for that vowel. Okay, so it's g. G. Okay, so when you think about our vowels that we are learning, which one of those vowels is like when you go to the dentist and you say ah? Okay, so are you thinking that it is going to be, let me see here. So I'm thinking it might be g. Do you think that too? G. Long. Well, thank you for helping me with that. Very good. We're good spellers, aren't we? Okay, so let's think about the vowel now in the word sad. I really want to spell sad, but as you can see, when I was writing about my cat, sometimes I was messing up the A and the E, and instead of spelling cat, I spelled ket. So I really need your help. If I'm going to spell the word sad, how many sounds are in that word first? Let's think about it. Like, think about your boxes. S-A-D. I hear 3 sounds. Do you? Okay, so now let's try our other strategy. Let's add. Add. Okay, so it's like that screaming vowel, the one where you go ah. Okay, so that, as we know, is the letter A. So if I'm going to add, I'm going to run my finger under it. Add. Does that spell sad? Okay, so think about if I would have accidentally put an E in there, it would be, they have said eyes. Nobody would know what I was talking about. They'd be scratching their head going, what is she saying? Okay, so when we are doing spelling and we have vowels in our words, it is very important to be thinking of those vowels and saying them with a lot of feeling and thinking about what our mouth does so that we know to write the right one, okay? So A, E, I, O, U are our vowels, and they can be tricky sometimes. So these are some really good strategies for you to use when you're spelling. All right, so to end today and to practice the skill that I just taught you, I want you to help Mrs. Achari out because I wrote another blooper sentence that I think needs some help. So I'm going to read the sentence to you as it is. We're going to figure out what it should be, and then I'm going to ask you to do the spelling at home, and you can send me a picture or whatever you feel like to show me the work that you did, okay? All right, so the rid bog was in the mod. Oh my gosh, these are so funny. What does that mean? The rid bog was in the mod? Oh goodness, I did not want it to say that. This is what I wanted it to say. The red bug was in the mud. So can you help me out here? Can you spell those words correctly for me? The red bug was in the mud. Think about what vowels I should have used in the place of the ones that I did use, okay? So that we can make the sentence sound right. So one more time, red, bug, and mud are the words I need you to help me spell because I don't think I spelled them right. All right, think about your vowels, think about what your mouth does, and I look forward to seeing your spelling. Have a great day.